Hi everyone, welcome to Tellor Dev Call, December 11th. So yeah, cool day. First on the list. So yeah, we're still just kind of heads down building that layer. We got a bunch of questions on it. Things are going really well. Released an article last week from my end. It was on kind of social values in the crypto ecosystem, talking a lot about forking, things like that. It's not specifically Teller related, but it goes into some of our design, it will lead into some of our design thinking about why we like Layer as far as security stuff, but there's going to be other articles that are going to follow it, which will hopefully give you some clarity as far as why I'm writing this stuff. Anyway, also we had I did a nice podcast on Teller. So if you're new to Teller, want to learn a little bit more about it, there was one with Eat Sleep Crypto. Last week it was a Twitter space. And then Wednesday this week doing a Twitter space with the Interchain Foundation guys. So over on Cosmos, we're doing a EVM to Cosmos panel with DYDX and some other people as far as what it's like to switch from EVM to Cosmos, why we chose it, some other things. So that'll be a super fun one, 10 a.m. on Eastern time on Wednesday. So hopefully you guys can listen in. So yeah, let's get into some development stuff. Akram, how's things going?
Good. I did some of the work that we talked about last week as far as the dispute rounds and the voting power. Added that, kind of just reviewing back the modules, kind of researching some stuff to the novel ideas as far as paying from bond and stuff, trying to see if there's other projects that did some similar logic. So that's what I've been doing this morning, but I'm gonna try to add more tests. Still have to do the nonce for the reports.
Yep. And then, I mean, I was going to work this week. So like, I'm going to read, we have that like technical document that we're working on, more like the specifications, I guess you could say. I want to like get it to the point that it's like cleaned up this week and then hopefully publish it for the community. Because we want them, if you're not following along in the code or in the issues, we want you guys sort of abreast with what we're doing. So we'll be publishing that probably later in the week. We might just even drop it in like the GitHub as a PDF, and then we'll just like edit it as we make changes, and we can talk about it kind of in like make an issue for like talking about changes or something like that. So, yeah, my current idea. So, but thanks, Akram. Dan.
Yeah, I am working on the end-to-end test and then going back and filling in some of the missing function tests for each module.
Thanks. Yeah, that should be good. And then hopefully we can get a working bridge here too and get you working on some solidity tests also. So, Ryan, how's things?
Good. Still working on the block explorer. Kind of did a lot of the basic formatting, like visual stuff. But now I'm gonna just dig into the Teller layer code to get familiar with it. Without data running through it yet, it's kind of hard to fully implement it, but at least get familiar with it. And then with the interchain stuff, it's actually a perfect time. It's kind of going over some front end connection stuff. So hopefully this all kind of complements each other.
Super cool. Tim?
Yeah, I spent Friday familiarizing myself with the kind of new direction on the bridge contracts that you passed over to me. And then so now I'm writing some tests for those this week and today.
Cool. Yeah. Maybe we can just go over it. You can teach the rest of us your understanding of it, and and also we should outline like what we actually have to change in layer. If I know we have to add like a nonce, and then we'll probably have to add stuff later. So figure out what exactly we do. So cool, Spuddy.
Right now I'm working on beefing up the auto disputers. Like we talked about internally last week. We want to start, I don't know, maybe just sharing the auto disputer with the world, not the auto disputer, but the disputable values monitor. We talked about making it a channel in the public.
Yeah, so
So that if the DVM does send out an alert like, hey, this is a possibly disputable value, it could go to the public Discord, and then it's kind of like everybody's running it. So it's louder than it is now. It would be louder than it is now. But the thing is, like it costs real tributes to dispute. So even though the DVM would kick out an alert, you definitely want to check it and make sure that you also think that it's disputable. This is in the future when we get it going.
yeah, so for you guys out there listening, you'll probably see this week we're going to put up, it's going to be a disputable values channel over in. So like we run a bunch of several instances. They're called disputable value monitors. It's a GitHub repo. You can set it if a value comes through and it's bad. So let's say it's like the ETHUSD price, and it's say somebody submits $1. We have auto disputers running, so we'll just dispute it.
If it's $1, it'll definitely get auto disputed.
Yeah. So like you have a threshold as far as percent off the price, but it'll kick off. We'll just dispute it automatically, but then B, we send a message to a Discord group that we're all in, and we're making it public now. And the reason we do that is like this is the security of the Tellor system. So if a bad value comes through, we expect somebody to dispute it. Right now, we have a lot of auto disputers running, so we can do it for a while, but theoretically, you need TRB to do it and fund it. So like it's a great thing. So if you dispute a bad value, you literally will like get somebody's whole stake in 2 days when the vote goes through. It's like, you want to do this, but we just need people listening for it. So if you see the channel, if you see a potential dispute, go check if somebody else disputed it. If not, dispute it, and you can make some good money, especially if somebody would attack the system. What you would probably see happening is lots of disputable values would come through. So somebody starts spamming bad values in the system. We have a lot of money, but we don't have, maybe an attacker has more or potentially like that. So we would need your guys' help to dispute them.
Yeah. If it's public too, it could help if like somebody starts submitting a whole bunch of bad values while we're asleep.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have software covering us, but just being careful. You guys should be doing it. We know a lot of the reporters already run it, but
it's already very well tested. But you can't, I mean,
you can never have too many
shit
people.
happens. Shit happens.
Well tested is like 10% of the state to initiate disputes, so it can be profitable, but you have to be careful and look at the data because it is real money. So
we'll try it on testnets too. We'll send some testnet alerts.
Yeah, we might do that. So we're gonna start doing some testnet alerts where if you get a successful dispute on testnet from one of us, don't do it yourself.
Yeah.
We'll probably pass you a TRB or something like that. Maybe a t-shirt once we get a new shipment.
We haven't worked out the details yet.
Yes. What do you guys want? Let us know.
We want some money.
Well, like a TRB is cool, like it's $100, but like also like we could have like I dispute bad values t-shirts.
I like that.
Yeah. Be cool. Anyway, I think Brenda, you need anything? Okay. Any questions, guys?
Yeah, we got some good questions asking about the differences in reporting for Layer. The first one was just, can we get a high-level overview of those differences?
So like if you're a reporter currently on Tellor and you're thinking about going over and running one on Layer, it will probably be very similar in a day-to-day life type thing. There's going to be some software that you run, you kick off a stake, and it runs in the back end, and you can earn some money. The big difference is though, so right when we switch, you're gonna have to bridge your tokens over to the chain, and then you'll have to run the stake. The difference is, so with Layer, lots of people can sign a price. So the way that Tellor currently works is one person signs the price and all of us check and dispute it if it's bad. The way that Layer is going to work is somebody requests the ETH US$ price, and then all of us will give an ETH US$ price if you want to, if you support that price. So assuming all of us do it, the median would be the official value. Everybody's still disputable, but now there's a whole lot more stake behind that value. The other good thing about this is there's no longer a race condition. So rather than whoever's the best at MEV or listening to the mempool or writing some custom software, that's kind of out the window. Now it's just basically if you stake, you get kind of your proportion. So if you're 5% of, you know, the total stake, then you would get 5% of the rewards for that ETH US dollar price.
Yeah, so like now it's like you can stake, and the stake gives you the ability to compete PvP with the other reporters
Right.
for the rewards. But it'll just be more like it'll just be proof of stake.
Yeah, you'll all be sort of working together. The ways that you'll be able to get more rewards than other people would be A, have more stake yourself. B, it's a delegate system. So let's say Brenda doesn't want to run her own validator. She could just say, I'm going to delegate to Spuddy and delegate to Nick, and she would have to pick. So you have to be well liked by the community. You would want to pick somebody that you trust, and they're going to give you some of their rewards that they get. This is a whole thing. So like, if you're curious as far as how this would work, go run a Cosmos validator. It's going to be a Cosmos validator. The only difference than running a normal Cosmos validator is you're going to have to add specific prices. So that's the other thing. So like, as you guys know, like, you know, we just got an OETH feed.
Mhm.
You would have to go and add that into your reporter. Like over time, you know, some people will just have like the base ones reported, but as we get more, you have to make sure that you're continuously adding more and more there, and then you can.
Well, for people using our GitHub to get their software, they'll just have to update probably to add whatever feeds.
Probably just update, but you know, you could even think of like a Diva, or similar to how current Tellor works. Like, you know, like if there are like more manual reports or something like that, it could, there could be other pieces.
Something I just thought of, maybe we would have to do like, this is the stable release. This is the release with new feeds if you want it, but it's not, you know.
Not mandatory.
Yeah,
right?
it's not mandatory.
For sure. Yeah, so, but that's very similar to current Tellor.
Mhm.
So not a whole lot new. It should feel relatively similar, just a little bit more democratic, which is pretty cool. Anything else?
Is the assumption that someone will report a price and then there will be others that validate it as a correct price, meaning less disputes?
I think I sort of said like everyone's sort of submitting the prices and everyone is still disputable. I mean, we don't have that many disputes now because basically like unless you're attacking the system, it doesn't make any financial sense to dispute. So, you know, like I would guess there would be the same number of very minimal disputes in the other one. You know, right now the only reason we have any sort of disputes are from bugs. Basically, people accidentally pulling bad
Mistakes.
APIs.
Just mistakes.
Yeah, hopefully
Accidents.
we do have less because there's less incentive for people to write custom reporters because we've seen a lot of custom reporters and that's where a lot of them happen.
Mhm.
So hopefully if there's less incentive to like go out and write your own, you won't necessarily have to do it.
Cool. Yeah, I think you answered the other couple within what you just said.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening in. Yeah. Talk to you guys next week.
Bye.